If you're going to do it, then do it. No half effort. No regrets. Commit fully and see it through. Life's not about playing safe, it's about taking ownership of both your victories and mistakes. You discover who you are by eliminating who you're not. So stop waiting for clarity and start moving forward. You'll only understand the path when you're bold enough to walk it. If you're going to do something, do it in life. There are two kinds of people: those who try and those who commit, the ones who dip a toe in and the ones who dive headfirst. The difference between the person who dreams and the one who achieves isn't luck, talent, or timing. It's total commitment. Half-hearted efforts produce half-lived lives. So if you're going to chase something, chase it like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Stop flirting with your potential. Stop waiting for the right moment, the perfect plan, or someone to give you permission. You will never feel 100% ready. And that's the point. Growth doesn't wait for comfort. You don't become great by standing on the edge. You become great when you jump, when you say, "Even if I'm scared, I'm still going." Burn the bridge behind you. Erase the plan B. Make it real. Make it urgent. The world doesn't reward effort, it rewards results. And results come from those who commit, not those who try when it's convenient. You want to win? Then your actions must scream it. Get up earlier. Stay up later. Train harder. Think sharper. Move with urgency, focus, and obsession. People who succeed don't do it part-time. They show up with everything they've got, and then some. Stop settling for just enough. You weren't built to blend in, you were built to break barriers. If you're going to start, finish, win or lose, succeed or stumble, see it through, because the real loss isn't failure. The real loss is quitting before you even had the chance to find out what you're capable of. You don't want to reach the end of your life wondering, what if? You want to know that you gave everything, that you tried, that you lived. Courage isn't about guarantees, it's about effort, about heart, about showing up when it's hard and standing tall in the face of the unknown. This world doesn't need more hesitant people. It needs more warriors, people who go all in, people who chase excellence, not comfort. So if you're going to do something, do it, not tomorrow. Not when it feels right. Now, let the world feel your fire. In the world of achievement, decisions are the currency. What you decide to do, who you decide to become, and when you make those decisions, can determine the trajectory of your life. But not all decisions are created equal. Some carry weight, others carry consequences, and many can alter your path forever. The key is in balance. The ability to move quickly when necessary, but with calculated purpose. It's all about avoiding over-leveraging decisions, setting yourself up for success without stretching yourself too thin. Words are powerful, they shape reality. But words without action are just noise. If you say you're going to do something, commit to it. Don't promise the world unless you're prepared to give every ounce of effort and every ounce of your time to make it happen. You're building trust with others, and more importantly, with yourself. When you overpromise and underdeliver, you weaken your own belief in your ability to execute. But when you say, "I'll do this," and then follow through, you lay the foundation for future success. Make your word law when you speak. Let it be a reflection of your intentions and your ability to act. Success is a product of action, but not all action is created in the moment of impulse. You don't need to act on every thought, every feeling, or every urge. Take time to process. Think about your choices. Weigh your options. Consider the consequences. But there comes a moment when overthinking becomes a trap. The moment you've done the research, the moment you've weighed the risks, you need to act. Confidence is born from preparation. Once you've done your due diligence, step forward and make your move with conviction. Trust your ability to adjust as you go. But don't hesitate to move forward. Life rewards those who can balance patience with courage. You can't rush success, and you shouldn't rush decisions. But you also can't afford to stay in a state of perpetual planning. Master the art of calculated risk-making decisions when the time is right, and acting boldly when the opportunity presents itself. Don't over-leverage yourself with promises you can't keep. And don't overthink yourself out of action. Be deliberate. Be confident. And above all, follow through. Confidence isn't about arrogance. It's about self-respect. It's about knowing your worth and owning your potential without dimming it to make others feel comfortable. True strength comes from being full of yourself in the right way. When you are fully invested in who you are, you begin to operate from a place of certainty, purpose, and self-love. But this doesn't mean being blind to your flaws. It means embracing your whole self, including your strengths and your mistakes. Accountability starts with you. No one else will live your life for you, so you must hold yourself to the highest standards. Every choice, every action, every word comes from your core, and it's up to you to ensure they align with your goals, your values, and your highest potential. Accountability isn't about being perfect. It's about owning your actions and learning from them. It's about facing the mirror and admitting when you've fallen short, then deciding to rise above it. Don't wait for someone else to push you. Be your own motivator, your own harshest critic, and your strongest ally. Celebrate your achievements, no matter how small. Success is the result of consistent effort, and every milestone counts. Whether it's completing a task you've been avoiding or reaching a long-term goal, take the time to appreciate your hard work and the progress you've made. Acknowledge your wins and let them fuel your drive for the next challenge. But don't glorify your mistakes. Discipline them. Mistakes are a natural part of growth, but they must be met with action, not regret. Every failure is an opportunity to learn and improve. You must discipline yourself to do better next time, without wallowing in the setback. The key is to take lessons from your failures, but leave the guilt behind. People may criticize your confidence, your ambition, and your self-assuredness, but here's the truth. Who else should you be full of? If you don't believe in yourself, how can you expect anyone else to? Confidence isn't about being boastful. It's about embracing who you are with pride and not seeking permission to do so. When you own your journey and your worth, you stop apologizing for it. You stop dimming your light to make others feel comfortable. And you stop feeling guilty for standing tall. Being full of yourself means investing in your own growth and self-respect. It means standing tall in your own skin and unapologetically pursuing your dreams. Self-confidence is a gift, not a flaw. Be full of yourself in the right way. Own your greatness. Learn from your mistakes and continue to grow. You don't need to seek validation from others when you already know your worth. Be your own biggest fan, but also your own most honest critic. Celebrate your progress and keep pushing yourself toward greatness, because when you're full of yourself in the best, most grounded way, you become unstoppable. Your life is your own creation. Every choice, every step, and every moment is yours to own. If you want to create something meaningful and impactful, you must first own it. This means accepting responsibility for both your successes and your mistakes without hesitation or excuses. Too often, we give credit for our wins to external factors and place blame for our failures on others or circumstances. But true power comes when you stand in front of the mirror and say, "I did that." Whether it's a victory or a defeat, it all comes down to you. This is where growth begins, the moment you decide to take full ownership of your life. Success doesn't come from luck, it comes from dedication, hard work, and decisions. You've put in the effort. You've stayed committed to your goals. And now, when you reach that milestone, you owe yourself the acknowledgement. I did that. It might be tempting to downplay your achievements or attribute them to circumstances or others, but the truth is, you made it happen. You created this moment. Owning your success isn't about arrogance. It's about recognizing your own power and understanding that you're capable of so much more. The path to success is built by small wins and consistent effort. When you acknowledge those wins, you validate your journey and fuel your fire to keep going. Mistakes happen. Failure is inevitable. But it's how you handle these moments that define your future. Regret and guilt have the power to paralyze you, to make you feel like you're not worthy of more success, or that you've messed up too badly to try again. Don't let these emotions take root in your life. Instead of looking back with shame, take responsibility for your actions. Own your mistakes without letting them consume you. They don't define you. How you rise from them does. Taking responsibility doesn't mean beating yourself up over every wrong turn. It means learning from your mistakes, growing from them, and using them as stepping stones to reach new heights. The sooner you release guilt and regret, the sooner you can move forward with clarity and purpose. The real victory is not in avoiding mistakes. It's in how you respond to them. The most successful people in the world are not the ones who avoid failure, but the ones who keep moving forward despite it. They understand that every mistake is part of the learning curve. It's easy to get caught up in self-blame or spend too much time looking back. But that only wastes precious time. You can't change what happened yesterday, but you can control what you do today and tomorrow. The only way forward is by letting go of the past and using your mistakes as fuel to keep going. You won't always understand what's happening while you're in it. The heartbreak, the rejection, the setbacks, they seem senseless in the moment. But give it time. One day, you'll look back and realize those moments didn't break you, they built you. Life only makes sense in reverse. The dots connect after the storm clears. That job you didn't get, it made room for the one that changed your life, that person who left. It taught you how to stand on your own. That failure that crushed you, it planted the seed of your comeback in the present. Things often feel random, painful, or unfair. You can't always see the purpose when you're in the middle of the chaos. But in hindsight, you realize every step had meaning. Every struggle was part of the design. You'll see how that difficult season shaped your character. You'll understand why that detour was necessary. You'll recognize that what looked like a delay was actually preparation. Trust the process, even when the pieces don't seem to fit. They will just not yet. Life has a way of closing doors to redirect you, not to punish you, but to push you into growth. That chapter you mourned, it was clearing space for a new one. That end was a disguised beginning. Every time something ended, something else began. Sometimes the breakthrough came wrapped in heartbreak. Sometimes your elevation came disguised as loss. Growth doesn't always feel like growth. Often, it feels like breaking, but what's breaking isn't you, it's the old version of you, making space for what's next. You're not supposed to have all the answers right now. You're not supposed to understand it all in real time. That's not how life works. You live it forward. You understand it later, so don't freeze in confusion. Don't stall in fear. Don't give up because the road isn't clear. Just take the next step. Trust that one day you'll look back and it'll all make sense. And when that day comes, you'll be proud you kept going even when you didn't know why. We live in a world that tells us to add more roles, more titles, more validation. But the truth is, you won't find yourself by piling things on. You'll find yourself by letting things go. Finding your identity isn't about figuring out who you should be. It's about stripping away everything you're not. It's about subtracting the lies, the masks, the expectations others have placed on you. It's about looking in the mirror and asking, what's real and what's just noise? Trying to define yourself from scratch can feel overwhelming. But start with this. Eliminate what doesn't belong. If it drains you, it's not for you. If you have to fake it, it's not authentic. If it dims your light, it's not aligned. You don't need to figure out your entire life overnight. Start by identifying what feels false, forced, or outdated and let it go. You don't become who you truly are by adding layers. You become you by peeling them off. Let go of the version of you that always says yes out of fear. Drop the image you maintain to please others. Release the habits that keep you small. Say goodbye to the relationships that require you to shrink. Every piece you remove brings you one step closer to your core, to your raw, honest, powerful self. The version of you that doesn't need to impress, doesn't need to pretend, doesn't need permission. Clarity doesn't always come from thinking more. Sometimes it comes from letting go. You weren't born confused, you were conditioned into confusion. Now it's your job to return to truth. And the only way back is by removing what doesn't serve you. Let go of the noise. Let go of the roles. Let go of who they told you to be, because once you stop pretending, you'll start becoming, and that's when the real you finally steps forward, bold, clear, and unshakable. We've been trained to believe that if we're not grinding, we're falling behind. That if we aren't hustling harder, pushing more, sacrificing sleep, we're wasting time. But what if that's not always true? What if the next breakthrough doesn't come from working more, but from letting go? Maybe you don't need to hustle more. Sometimes more effort leads to burnout, not progress. Sometimes the answer isn't in doing more, it's in doing less, but doing it better. Maybe the real strength is in stepping back. Maybe the power is in saying, I've done enough for today. I trust the process. You're not a machine. You're a human being with rhythm, flow, and energy that needs balance, not constant pressure. Maybe you need to step back, breathe, and dance through the storm. Not every storm is meant to be fought head-on. Some storms are meant to be felt, danced through, not defeated by sheer force, but by grace and surrender. Let go of the obsession with control. Let go of the toxic belief that rest is weakness. Let go of the guilt for not being on all the time. Sometimes the most powerful move is pausing, breathing, realigning, and trusting that your stillness doesn't mean failure. It means wisdom. True success isn't just about grinding your gears to the bone. It's about knowing when to push and when to release, because just like a bowstring must be pulled back before it launches forward, sometimes your step back is the launch you've been waiting for. So take a moment. Breathe. Trust. Let go and watch what unfolds when you stop forcing and start flowing. Pain will visit every life, but in some, it destroys. In others, it transforms. The difference. Purpose. Don't deny your hardships. Stop pretending it didn't hurt. Stop acting like you are never broken. The truth is, life hit you hard, and it left a mark. But healing doesn't come from hiding the scar. It comes from owning the wound, learning from it, and refusing to waste it. Your pain is not a weakness. It's a signal, a teacher. And if you're willing fuel, learn to extract value even from the worst of times. Everything you've endured carries a lesson. Every heartbreak, betrayal, loss, and failure holds a hidden gift. The question is, will you look for it? Will you mine the pain for wisdom? Will you let it sharpen your character? Will you alchemize your struggles into a message, a mission, a movement? This is your power to take what was meant to break you and build from it instead, to look at the darkest chapters of your life and say, this didn't destroy me. It defined me. Your story has weight. Let it serve others. You've survived things others are still fighting. And that gives you purpose, a reason, a voice. The pain you faced wasn't just about you. It was preparing you to lead, to heal, to impact. So don't bury it. Transform it. Let it shine as proof that the fire didn't consume you. It refined you. Success doesn't show up randomly. Joy doesn't arrive by accident. When life feels aligned, when the highs come flowing in, it's not luck, it's pattern, it's habit, it's intention. When things go well, study it, Don't just celebrate your wins, analyze them. What were you doing when life was in rhythm? Were you focused, grateful, disciplined? There's always a trail behind triumph. Trace it. When you're climbing, take notes, because the moments you feel strong are often the result of daily, quiet efforts that you forgot to honor. Appreciation, gratitude, and showing up daily reduce life's lows. You want fewer valleys. Practice what builds the peaks. Appreciation reminds you of what you have. Gratitude shifts your energy from scarcity to strength. Showing up daily, even when you don't feel like it, compounds into unshakable momentum. It's not about perfection. It's about consistency, doing the small things that keep your spirit alive and your mission clear. Your habits write your future. The difference between your highest days and your darkest ones. How you live when no one's watching. How you choose to respond when it's hard. How you carry yourself when the applause stops. So if you find yourself in a good season, respect it. Study it. Sustain it. If you're in a tough one, return to the habits that built your best self. Because the truth is this: your life's highs weren't random. They were earned. Success is not the finish line. It's a checkpoint. Too many people hit one goal and pause. They get impressed with themselves and forget the mission continues. Success shouldn't seduce you into inaction. The applause is loud. The numbers look good. People start calling you inspirational. And you start buying into the hype. But here's the truth. The minute you stop climbing, you start slipping. Success is dangerous if it makes you comfortable, if it softens your edge, if it convinces you to stop showing up with hunger. Don't become a fan of your own highlight reel. Be a student of what's still possible. Get back in the game, keep growing. The work isn't over. You've scratched the surface, not mastered the mountain. You didn't come this far to coast. You came to conquer. Celebrate the win, then wake up the next day and ask, what's next? Who do I have to become now? Your best version isn't behind you. It's still waiting in the discomfort, in the effort, in the growth. So stay humble. Stay driven. Stay in motion. Be less impressed with what you've done and more obsessed with what's left to do. Life is not fair, but it's yours. No one gets a perfect hand. Some are born into chaos, some into comfort, some carry trauma, others carry privilege, but everyone wakes up with one truth. This is your life, and it's yours to shape. Don't fall into the victim trap. It's easy to point fingers, to say, if they hadn't left, if I had more support, if life wasn't so hard. But that trap, it chains your power to your pain. You can choose to carry the weight of what happened to you, or you can choose to lift the weight of who you're becoming. You're not powerless. You're not broken. You're building. Even in the dark, sweat for what you want. Earn your joy. Nothing worth having will be handed to you, but everything worth having can be earned. Sweat, discipline, late nights, rejection. That's the down payment for a life you're proud of. Joy hits different when you've bled for it, when you didn't cheat, when you didn't quit, when you chose to rise even when life was unfair. Because yeah, life's not fair, but it's still your responsibility to live it fully. So don't wait for fair. Work for free. Fight for freedom. Earn your joy. Make a decision. Any direction beats standing still. Stuck? Frozen? Waiting for the right time? That moment won't come. There's no lightning bolt of clarity, no sign from the skies, no perfect green light that guarantees success. You're not waiting on a moment, you're delaying your movement. Waiting for perfect is wasting time. How many dreams have died in hesitation? How many lives stayed average because someone kept waiting? Waiting for more confidence, more resources, more approval. Perfection is a lie we tell ourselves to avoid action. And the truth is, while you wait, someone else moves. Movement reveals the next step. Clarity doesn't come from thinking, it comes from doing one step. Any step in any direction. Because motion creates momentum, and with each step, the fog lifts, the next move becomes clearer. The path builds itself under your feet. You don't have to see the whole staircase. You just have to take the first step. So make a decision, even if it's messy, even if it's scary, even if you don't know where it leads, because standing still is the only sure way to lose. Progress demands movement. Greatness demands action. Start walking, you'll figure it out on the way. Create meaning, not just memories. Life isn't just about collecting moments. It's about creating something that matters. Memories fade, but meaning lasts, and meaning is born when you choose to do things that stretch you, challenge you, cost you. We're not here just to be entertained. We're here to be transformed. Do what costs you something. That's where the reward lies. The most fulfilling things in life are often the hardest. They require time, sacrifice, discomfort, but they give you purpose in return. If it doesn't cost you effort, pain, or courage, it likely won't change you. Want meaning? Then pay the price. Do the hard work. Make the uncomfortable call. Put your name on something real. You don't grow by staying safe. You grow by showing up where it counts. Pursue the roles that scare you. The call that makes your heart race. That's your path. The job, the stage, the project that makes you question your worth. That's where you belong, because growth doesn't happen in the comfort zone. It lives on the edge where fear meets purpose. So don't just chase things that look good on paper. Chase the things that make you better. Run toward the fire. That's where meaning is forged. Your life doesn't need to be filled with more likes, more vacations, more highlights. It needs more depth, more mission, more legacy. Create meaning, not just memories. And you'll look back one day, not just proud of what you did, but who you became doing it. Delayed gratification builds legacy. We live in a world of shortcuts, overnight fame, quick hits, instant everything, but what lasts is what's earned. Legacy isn't built in a day. It's forged in the fire of discipline. When you delay gratification, when you say no to temporary comfort for something greater down the line, you're making an investment in your future self. You're planting seeds that don't just bloom for a season, but for generations. Sweat-earned success sticks. There's something unshakable about success that's been earned drop by drop, hour by hour, when you've bled for it, stayed late for it, sacrificed sleep, comfort, even relationships for it. You don't forget it. You protect it. You grow it. You respect it. You don't crumble under pressure when your foundation is built on consistency and sacrifice, because you've been there. You've suffered for the win, and that win means something. Free things fade. Work for it, and you'll never forget it. Anything handed to you comes without a story, without skin in the game. You don't appreciate the reward, but when you've worked for it, when you've earned every inch, that's when it's yours. That's when it becomes more than a moment. It becomes a chapter in your legacy. Delayed gratification teaches you to value effort over ease, to trust the process, to play the long game, and in the end, that's the only game that matters, because legacy is not built on what you had, it's built on what you gave up to become great. Immortal finish lines always be becoming. Success isn't about reaching the finish line. It's about what you do when you cross it, and then keep running. There's a trap in thinking that once you've arrived, you've made it. The truth is, the real victory is in the journey, the ongoing evolution. Don't chase applause. Be in the process. Applause is fleeting. It fades. It's nice to hear, but it can become a distraction if you're constantly chasing it. Don't let validation be your fuel. Let the process be your drive. It's about what you're becoming, not what others think of you. True greatness is achieved when the process is the reward, when you fall in love with the grind, the sweat, the quiet moments that others miss. That's when you're winning. Go beyond the finish line. Stay in motion. The finish line is just another beginning. The moment you stop moving is the moment you stop growing. There is no final destination. The journey is endless. Every achievement is just a milestone for the next. Stay hungry. Stay humble. If you rest on your laurels, you're leaving your greatest potential untapped. The key isn't in the finish line. It's in the relentless pursuit of becoming more. Always keep moving. Always be becoming, because the only finish line that matters is the one you create. And that's a race that never ends. Let others tell you you've made it, you just keep moving. There will always be people who want to tell you when you've made it. Let them speak. But don't let it define you. Success isn't about basking in the glory, it's about staying in motion. Always looking forward. Stay grounded. Stay humble. Humility isn't just a virtue. It's a mindset that propels you further than pride ever could. No matter how high you rise, remember where you came from. Your roots are what keep you grounded, and the work you put in and day out is what will continue to carry you forward. When you stay humble, you stay hungry. And when you're hungry, you stay sharp. Let recognition come to you while you focus on the work. Don't chase applause. Don't wait for the accolades. Let the results of your hard work speak for themselves. If you're obsessed with the journey and committed to the grind, recognition will naturally follow. The rewards will come, but only if you're focused on the work, not the outcome. You don't need to prove anything to anyone. Let the world catch up to you while you keep moving, because the true win is in the process, not in the recognition. Keep moving. Keep grinding. Let the world acknowledge you on its own terms. Because, in the end, your true success is the relentless pursuit of becoming your best self. You are the author of your own life. Life isn't written for you. You hold the pen, and you have the power to write your own story every day. Every decision you make is a sentence in your personal narrative, a page in the story that will define who you are. Every decision is a page. Each choice you make adds to the chapter you're living. You can decide where the story goes, whether it's a chapter of struggle, growth, or triumph. The pen is in your hand. There's no one else who can dictate your life. Only you can decide the direction of the next page. Life is your canvas. What you choose today will echo in the pages that follow. Turn the page. Write a better next chapter. If you don't like how the story reads right now, flip the page. The next chapter is waiting to be written, and you have the power to create it. Don't be afraid to rewrite your narrative. Leave behind the mistakes and setbacks of yesterday. The past doesn't define you, the next chapter does. You are the author of your own life. Every decision, every action, and every change you make is a new page. And when you choose to turn that page, you're choosing a better future, a future that you've written. Your hero should always be you 10 years from now, in every moment of doubt. Look ahead. Your hero isn't someone you've met. It's the version of you that exists in the future. The person you'll become is the one you should admire, the one you should be chasing, not for fame, but for the growth and strength that come from being relentlessly dedicated to bettering yourself. Keep chasing your better self. The pursuit of greatness never stops. Chase your future self, the one who has overcome obstacles, the one who embodies resilience, wisdom, and courage. Your better self isn't some distant dream. It's waiting for you to catch up to it. But remember, it's not about catching up. It's about staying in pursuit. The goal isn't to catch up. It's to stay in pursuit. You'll never fully catch up to the best version of you, because growth is limitless. The journey is what defines you. It's about pushing yourself further, stretching your limits, and expanding your potential every single day. Your hero isn't a destination, it's the journey, the constant striving for something better. If this hit your soul, don't just scroll, subscribe, and turn wisdom into winning. Your future self will thank you.